How you doing? Rick Bowman, and we're back. And I've got another video for you, and we're going to continue on with the subject of how do dealers make money. And as I stated in the previous video, that this is crucial. I mean, it's really important to understand how a dealership operates and profits, how they make money. And if you can get this down, you'll get down the rest of the process when it comes time to take control of the sale, which we're going to discuss in phase 2. So what I want to do in this particular video is I want to go ahead and really focus in right now on how the sales department makes money. How do they generate income? That's what we're really interested in. I'll make some, for people that are interested, I'll make some posts and some content to the website on how service department makes money and stuff like that. But I think for what we're interested in, we're going to go ahead and just focus right now really on the sales department. And this one, you know, I might want to break this up maybe into 2 groups, depending on how long-winded I get, which unfortunately I have a problem with sometimes. You can only sit for so long. But now that we've got a good general overview of how a dealership as a whole can profit, you know, I'd like to break it down into specific groups, and like I say, mainly the sales department and the finance department, and they kind of go hand in hand. So let's start with the sales department and how it generates revenue. Okay, when you understand how, it becomes easy to comprehend why it's possible to buy a car below cost. And as I stated before, it's crucial to your success in negotiating a car deal. A lot of people don't think so, but it is. How you're going to apply this will put you in control of the selling process, okay, that we're going to do in phase 2. So let's start with some of the generalized areas of profit that the sales department's responsible for, and then we'll break it down into detail. And the first area of profit is the car deal itself. Okay, the car deal is broken down into 2 distinct groups of profit. Okay, and it's known as what they call front-end profit and back-end profit. And front-end profits generated based on the selling price of the car less the cost. Okay, and it's also known as front-end gross. Okay, that's another way of terming it. Back-end profit is usually generated by the finance department. Okay, and back-end profit or back-end gross is the profit generated from things like extended warranties, gap insurance, and an array of other products and services that the finance department offers. The items usually that are purchased after the car sale, and they're added into the contract. The finance department also generates revenue by securing financing on behalf of the customer, and that profit's known as reserve, okay, when they do it. And we'll get into that in more detail later. Back-end profit, like I say, we're kind of getting a little bit off subject because I really wanted to talk more about the sales department. The next video that we do will be on finance. The second area that the sales department generates profit in is on programs that are put out by the manufacturer. Some programs can include things like dealer cash, stair-step incentive money, or contests. And the programs are really designed to target and incentive a dealership's performance in the areas that, say, manufacturers want to promote the growth or move inventory that becomes what they call aged, okay, or aged meaning in stock for a long time. These programs that I'm talking about, okay, aren't normally advertised to the general public. They also should never, ever be confused with rebates or what's termed as consumer cash. These programs, they're not long-running, and they're available to the dealer until the manufacturer's objective is met. So let's look at dealer cash for a second, okay, and how that might affect you as a buyer. Dealer cash is usually provided to dealers to move aged or what they call stale inventory that's been on the lot for quite a long time. The first thing I'd like to point out, and this is super important, okay, because you go and again you get bad advice. Dealer cash is not the customer's money. It's the dealer's money. It doesn't belong to you. They use this money in a number of different ways, okay? They can keep it all, okay, when they sell the qualifying unit. They can use it to discount the unit. They can use it to bury negative trade equity. You know, in my career, I've witnessed dealer cash amounts as high as $4,500. Can you imagine a dealer that is discounting a new pickup truck $4,500 plus an available rebate of $3,500? The objective that we want to accomplish is to be able to identify those units, okay, that dealer cash may be available. And we'll discuss how to do that in a later chapter as we start putting everything together that we've learned in this one. Now, let's look at, say, another incentive program, which is called stair-step incentive money, and how this might be advantageous to you as a buyer. And I'll try to keep this as simple as possible. Let's say that a manufacturer notices some kind of a lackluster performance, okay, in one of the vehicles that they produce. And let's say that we use like a Ford Focus, okay. They've got quite a few units that are sitting on their storage facility, and the dealerships have too many in inventory. So the manufacturer is going to turn around and announce a program, okay, to the dealers that states for every Ford Focus that they sell this month, the manufacturer is going to reimburse the dealership $200 per unit. If the number of units that they sell in that month exceeds 20, the reimbursement will become $300 retroactive to the first unit they sold. If the total units, okay, reach 25, the retroactive amount could be $350 per unit, $500 for 30, and so on. I think hopefully you're starting to kind of follow. Here's how it applies to you. How do you think that it would affect your Ford Focus purchase if it were the 29th of the month and your purchase would be their 30th sale? Let's just do some quick math. 29 units at $350 per unit, okay, that the dealer would get back in stair-step money equals $10,150. The 30th unit, okay, would take them to $500 per unit, and that would equal $15,000. So here's what I really want you to think about. Do you think that there's a possibility that if you came in on the 29th of the month, that dealer might dump the price on that 30th Ford Focus so that he could make an extra $4,850? It's mind-blowing, isn't it? These are only a couple of ways. I'm trying to keep these videos short because it's hard to sit through a 10-minute video. So I'm going to pick it up in the next video. And if you're not on our website, it's a lot easier to probably navigate what I'm talking about if you're going to www.howtobuyacarwithrickbowman.com. And the page that you want is How Do Dealers Make Money? And we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for listening to this one.